Good morning, Ron, and good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, March 10th. Here's what's happening. Cardinal Dominic Matthew of Tehran, Isfahan, has confirmed he has fled Iran and is now in Rome, along with the staff of the Italian embassy to Iran. However, he says he made that decision with regret and sorrow. No one had been able to communicate with Cardinal Matthew since the war began, including the bishops in neighboring countries. The Cathedral of the Consolata in Tehran and the Archbishop's residence are within the territory of the Italian embassy. There are nearly 3,500 Catholics in Iran. Nearly 1,300 of them are Latin Rite Catholics. According to Vatican statistics, only 3 priests were in the country in 2024, and Cardinal Matthew had served as pastor of Tehran's 5 parishes. The remains of the 7th American service member killed in Operation Epic Fury have been returned to the U.S. The body of Army Sergeant Benjamin Pennington arrived in Dover, Delaware Monday night, with Vice President Vance attending the dignified transfer. Pennington died Sunday, a week after he was wounded during an Iranian strike on an airbase in Saudi Arabia. The 26-year-old from Kentucky was assigned to the 1st Space Battalion, 1st Space Brigade in Fort Carson, Colorado. Another tragedy of the war is the death of Father Pierre El-Rahi'i, a Maronite priest who was killed by an Israeli bombing in southern Lebanon. Father El-Rahi'i was reportedly going to aid a parishioner who was injured in an earlier attack when he was killed. Israel has been striking southern Lebanon in an attempt to root out Iranian-backed Hezbollah militia groups. In other news, police say 2 Pennsylvania men accused of throwing improvised explosive devices outside the New York City mayor's official residence were motivated by ISIS and hoped to cause mass casualties. NYPD Commissioner Jessica Tisch said Amir Balat and Ibrahim Kayumi told investigators they wanted to kill more infidels than the 3 victims who died in the 2013 Boston Marathon bombing. Tisch said both defendants also admitted they acted on Saturday because of ISIS. The suspects allegedly tossed volatile homemade explosives that ultimately failed to detonate during an anti-Islam protest and counter-protest outside Gracie Mansion. Both men are facing federal charges of attempting to support ISIS and use of a weapon of mass destruction. And Chaldean Bishop Emmanuel Shalita has pleaded not guilty to charges of embezzlement and money laundering. The deputy district attorney said the bishop took proactive steps to avoid being caught and limited whistleblowers' access to accounts. As of this recording, the bishop remains in jail on a $125,000 bond. Patriarch Cardinal Luis Sacco issued a pastoral letter from Baghdad over the weekend, calling for unity and harmony within the eparchy. I'm Matthew Handley, and that is the news this morning. Back we go to Toledo. Here's Ron, Dave, and Pat.